Silence starting now. You are watching and listening to Pixels for People 2024, raising money for Child's Play. It's a speedrunning marathon all weekend long. I am Super Jamoose here on your Saturday night on the mic, and I'm gonna have to switch things up a little bit here. Although I am very, very happy to be in the hosting chair, I need to move to the commentary chair for the next run. The commentary chair for the next run. Oh, there we go. So, I'm sitting in a different chair. That's why it's different. This is one of the classics. This here is Super Metroid, and this is my friend Clipper taking us into the depths of Zebes and back again, because despite what the intro might tell you, the last Metroid is not in captivity, and I'm pretty sure the galaxy is not at peace. For the first time in a while, I'm going to switch things up, and I'm going to run commentary for this game, so you'll be hearing a little bit more of me than usual, so wish me luck, folks. With that said, we're going to get things over to Clipper to get us started. Let's do this.
Thank you, Jamoose, so very much. Well, without further delay, let's go ahead and start the run. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so I need to get to my script here. This is an 80% run, and what we are doing is called the PRKD route. That's Phantoon, Ridley, Kraid, and Dragon route. For folks who are new to the Super Metroid world, let me break that down a little. Super Metroid is one of those games that is famous for what we call sequence breaking. Normally, when you fire up your SNES and you plug in your Super Castlevania or your Contra, you typically need to play the game back to front. Level 1, Level 2, and so on. A set sequence to the games, you beat the bosses, you get it. Super Metroid is one of the first games that introduced sequence breaking. If you're skilled enough, you know your map, you know a few tricks, you could, in theory, play it all out of order. Well, that's on display here. What this means is that we need to defeat 4 bosses in the wrong order. It makes it fast, and I mean, that's what we're here for, but it's not a very safe route. It's risky, but it's a good show when you pull it off. Now, we start before we get to Zebes. Excuse me, we're in Sirius Station, where we need to escape this exploding chamber, because that's what happens when you set the self-destruct. Everything starts to blow up prematurely, and things start to, like, catch on fire. That's how self-destructs worked. That's what we have to look forward to in the year whatever year Samus is existing in.
I wonder what year this is, actually. I wonder if it's anywhere.
20 XDX. Let's go with that.
Okay, fair enough.
Yep. But those Parnock taking my number. My number is 4545. There was a 4565. Dang it, Parnock! You would have won points for that one. Okay, now we're entering the game proper, in which we get into our little cutscene here for Planet Zebes. The story here is that the last Metroid, as I mentioned, is not in captivity. It's been stolen. We got to get that guy back. And we got to go down to Zebes to get it, because the reddish dragon fellow, that is Ridley. Ridley is not our friend. We'll be seeing Ridley again later, not because we want to, but because we have to, and tell him kindly to give it back.
Very kindly, with a gun.
With a gun and missile and ballistic missiles and
yeah.
Okay. So if you're anything like me, and you might be, you're gonna be thinking 2 things as you watch Clipper's movements here. Especially when you're gonna jump down here, and especially when she's climbing as well. You're gonna think 2 things. One, you're gonna think, she's so good. She is so good, and I am ashamed to be a filthy casual that took, I don't know, like 20 hours to beat this game. That's fine. That's fine. That's 20 hours is a normal time, and you know, you still beat the game eventually. 2, the other thing you're going to think is, I bet I could do that. I bet I could do that real easy. And here's what you're going to do. You're going to fire up your SNES, and you are going to be humbled immediately. This movement is hard, folks. It takes practice. This is a testament to how good these speedrunners can be. We've picked up the Morph Ball, which is our first major upgrade. Allows us to curl into a ball and scoot under these tiny areas here. Note where the arm cannon kind of wiggles up and down, just like that. That is called arm pumping. It's a very tiny and simple trick, and even beginners can pick this one up. You could get that one, right? What you do is you're tapping the shoulder buttons to cause Samus to point her arm cannon up and down 45 degrees. You just waggle it up and down. It causes the sprite to move forwards very subtly, horizontally just a tiny bit faster, because again, we're all about saving frames where we can. You'll see it right there before she jumps onto the elevator. Onto the elevator, heading back up into Brinstar. This is actually where the first game was set, Metroid 1, and we discover here it's not abandoned. Oh, there's actually space pirates. Shoutouts to space pirates who can just, you know, eat it in one hit. I was talking about movement. Check this out. Check out this climb here. Platforms are really just suggestions. What we're able to do carefully is, I'm sorry, I shouldn't be making you giggle like that.
It's okay. Very funny. There's suggestions. There's actually, you probably know this, but there's a behemoth climb you can do too, where they do use those platforms. It's pretty cool, actually. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
I have seen behemoths runs, yes. There's actually a trick named for behemoth much later on.
Really? I actually didn't know that one.
Mm-hmm. Huh. Now we're heading now with a combination of that wall jump, we're able to ascend much faster. We're getting into this bat room here. We were going after the first mini boss, in fact.
That's right, he is a mini boss, I guess, huh?
Yeah, we get the bombs for the morph ball. Okay, I remember going into a Toys R Us, I think when I was 8 or 9 with one of my cousins, and this game was on display. It was like a 10-minute reset loop, that kind of thing, and we could barely get to this mini boss here. I was terrified of this when I was little. Again, little Jamoose, who was only about 8 or 9 years old. The bosses in particular, this is Bomb Torizo, other mini bosses like Spore Swan. Unlike other games of the era, they don't just, oh, you turn red and they blow up. These bosses, they decay, they rot, they fall apart. It is horrifying. Even as an adult, the atmosphere of this game is so good.
It is. It's a scary game. Living in this world is like the speedrunner. You got to practice it a lot, right? And it's a scary world. Living every day.
Again, with that wall jumping there, up the left side, up into sort of a little chimney there, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to take the right side, and it's the game's way of teaching you how to use the morph ball bombs to blow apart all of these little tiny crumble blocks piece by piece. Nah, we don't have time for that. We're just going to move on. We're heading on down. We're going to head into the first major area. This is Criteria. We are in here. We're heading into Brinstar is our next area. Smashing these space pirates is get out of our way. We don't have time for this. Into the next room. I've also mentioned earlier, this is one of the classic speedruns. The community behind Super Metroid speedrunning, it's one of those games that kind of brought my attention to speedrunning, saying, oh, you can do games really fast. You can do it ridiculously fast. This community is so well established and so well developed, and there's so much tech and literature and comments in place that they have a name for everything. Every single room in this name has a unique name, not from what the developers did, but what we have done in the speedrunning community. I mentioned sequence breaking. You're getting a super missile way earlier than you should. You shouldn't be able to get that, but we got it anyhow.
Those mock balls are pretty easy. With a couple tries, you can probably do those at home too.
Oh, geez, yeah, that's right. That's another trick we didn't talk about here. If you're running forward and you sort of like, you jump and you get right here, this mock ball allows you to move the morph ball a lot faster than you normally could, because what you're doing is you're maintaining your forward momentum. So you get to conserve that, because that's how physics works.
That's how physics works, right? That's when I go into a ball, I better not lose my momentum.
That's right.
That's right.
That's exactly right.
One of the great mysteries of video games. How does she do it?
Yeah. Again, the atmosphere here, you're in this, it's the, what would I call it? The subdermal area of, not subdermal, whatever it's called, of Zebes. This is in the Brinstar zone here. These flakes, like all the dust and the pollen, cool. It's just weirdly rotten, mushroomy kind of area here.
This game aged well.
I think it did. Weirdly enough, it's one of those games that you look back on and is like, wow, this actually still looks really good.
Yeah.
Mittensy pointing it out, subterranean. Yes, thank you. Not subdermal, subterranean.
Right.
We got there.
We got there.
Again, more of that arm pumping to keep ahead of that tide of crumble blocks. Very, very clever.
And I mentioned mess up here.
I mentioned unique names for these rooms. This is, of course, the infamous Red Tower. Very clean climb on the left.
Thank you.
We're also going to be using, this is not unique to Super Metroid, but using that damage boost, you sort of clip into that top of these big carnivorous flowers and sort of pops you over to the right-hand side. And again, here to grab the first power bomb. Again, this is way earlier than what we should be getting the power bomb. But this is very, very important. Not because we're using power bomb as a weapon per se, though sometimes you do. You would be using it to open areas that are hidden. That's another major aspect of, I guess, Metroid games in general. You got to blow up stuff. You got to blow up stuff to go forward. That's just a classic detail of the Metroid series. Oh, these beautiful climbs. All the way into the top of Red Tower. And with that sequence break, again, see what I said? You use the bombs to open up a way you shouldn't be able to go, because we use bombs to open doors like a normal human being. We're going into an area now called the Wrecked Ship. Now I'm going to hush myself for a second here.
Oh.
This area is called the Moat, but I'm going to be quiet, because there's an audio cue that Clipper needs to hear.
Thank you. Oh no.
Oh no.
I
That's
practiced
okay.
this so much too. Yeah, it's okay. We'll just do it again. Maybe we'll get a CWJ. Yeah, see, just do that next time.
Oh yeah, you just get CWJ.
Yeah.
That's easy. That's the backup strat. That's, yeah. What she was trying to pull off was called a bomb jump. Now that's a classic trick. You'll see it in later events of the Metroid Prime series as well.
Really?
You're simply using the bombs to boost us up, then catching another one in midair and propelling us further than what we should be able to do. But the Moat Room, if you use that CWA, you're just catching the lip of the right side of that column to just propel yourself and just boom, jump forward. This is the Wrecked Ship. It is, just like what it says in the box, the Wrecked Ship. But it is oddly silent, oddly quiet, and there's also ghosts in this area, which is not a typical feature of Wrecked Ships. And this is where we're going to fight our first major boss. This is Phantoon. And again, I shall hush myself. I will let Clipper focus.
Thank you.
And just enjoy the fight.
These flames hurt you. I didn't know that for so long. If you jump into them, surprise, I guess. I just thought it was part of the cinematic, you know? Go fast. It's okay. Mid, maybe? It's a slow. Wow, another slow, huh? Okay. Hopefully this is a mid. Very good. Very good. Well, except for that first one, I shot a little early, but that was not a good. That was not bad. Very good.
I'm seeing it in the chat, the fast mid, slow, that kind of thing. It's like, these people know who's up. They know what's up.
Yeah.
They've played this game before.
I don't know how to do it.
When you fight Phantoon, there are 3 predictable patterns based upon how it spawns. It transforms out of the ethereal realm, whether he's fast, mid, or slow. And based upon that, the runner has to react and has to be able to manage their ammo and their health, of course, to react and pop him when his eye is open. I talk about atmosphere. I love this. I always love this effect. After you trash Phantoon, the environment of Wrecked Ship changes. This entire zone changes. You're not dealing with this haunted tomb anymore. Now, the systems are all on. The electricity is flowing again, for better or for worse. It also means that some of the other rooms that were inaccessible or the doors were not powered, you can now get to these areas. A little bit of, there we go, a little bit of a clip through there. Very nice. We're heading up into the attic. This is the first instance where we need to clean the attic, quite literally. This area has locked doors that will not open until you've trashed all the hunters and all of the areas in this room. It's not the last time we're going to see that mechanic. There's a particularly nasty one in Lower Norfair, right before the next boss, aptly named the Metal Pirate Room, but we'll burn that bridge down when we get to it.
Samus is really good at the burning the bridges part.
Yeah. Well, she blows up every planet that she gets on, right? Or a space station, or whatever it is she's landed on. Yeah.
Her insurance must be outrageous.
I don't think they give her insurance. That's why she gets a new ship every single game. Everything's a write-off.
Oh, you know what? Did that wrong. So we're going to go and reset because this is a very tough part of the game. A lot of people die here. Hopefully I don't.
This room is called the Bowling Alley. You will see here shortly. There we go. Nice.
Okay.
Okay, this one's called the Bowling Alley because, well, you jump into this this Chozo statue here, and with the arms outstretched, and he's just going to walk forward, you know, like you do, like a bowling alley. And unfortunately, our Chozo friend does not understand how to play bowling, so he's gonna carry you like a box, just a box into the basement down here.
The 9-year-old version of bowling with the bumpers, and I'm gonna walk half the distance.
Let's just take away the pins. We'll give you a coloring book. We're gonna sit in the corner. And that is how we pick up this item here, the gravity suit, which is a lot sooner than we usually should. That's the one thing we need to move through liquid environments without being slowed down. And of course, that means it's time to go lava swimming, like you do.
Is that what that? Oh, that's what I was thinking.
So with one boss down, we're going to head into Norfair, not Lower Norfair, but Upper Norfair, to grab some more movement-enhancing items like the Speed Booster and the Ice Beam. And actually, while you're moving in that direction, I'm going to quickly switch over to the other chair, to my host chair, because I know we have a donation that just came in. One moment, please. All right, we have 2 donations coming in. One from... Oh, I'm going to say this wrong. I'm so sorry. MND Licka? Or Mandy Licka? I'm so sorry. $10. The comment reads, such a great cause. Good luck, Clipper. Despite my absolute butchering of your name, thank you very, very much for this $10. And $100 from Mittens.
Oh, my goodness, thank you.
Hey, I know that name.
Yeah, me too.
Comment says, Clipper running Metroid and Jaboose on double mic duty? Things can't get much better than this, can they? Oh wait, yes they can.
Wait.
We could hit the $2,000, the 2K, during this run. Good luck on the run, Clipper, and let's make that 2K goal happen.
Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. Exclamation point D to check out the donation link. Exclamation point P to check out prizes. There's lots here. Lots to choose from. Lots to check out.
Is this the only game that causes this beam Spazer? Do you know? Because it's wide beam in other games, right?
In the original, it's called the wide beam because, again, it does what it says in the box. It's, whoa, it's a wide triple shot kind of thing. Spazer? Someone's going to correct me, I'm sure. I thought in Dread they called it wide.
I think
but
it did.
They didn't. Yeah. It's, oh, now I've got to think. I'm hesitating to not hit Google right now as did it get called this in Metroid Fusion? By the way, Powerbomb, to blow up things, that's a very nice touch here. This glass kind of underwater tube here, it shatters, breaks open. We're going to look at that later. We're going to come back to it.
You know how you mentioned you played this game when you were younger? I never played this game. My first time playing was speedrunning this route, and I bet that was pretty cool, finding out that tube explodes.
When I was very young, I don't think I got that far.
Oh, yeah.
Well, again, I was terrified of some of these areas here. There's one room, you'll come to it later, where it's just this big, dead corpse of a blue monster. Just, his mouth open, you have to walk through the mouth to pass through as a tunnel. Pretty sure little Jamoose didn't get that much further because he was just, no, I don't want that.
I'd imagine even getting in a crate was really, really difficult because it's just hidden so well, I think.
It was very easy to get lost if you did not have great navigational reasoning, you know?
Sure.
Yeah. A couple of things we're picking up here. Energy tanks, of course, because you gotta allow yourself a few, you know?
Sure.
The high jump boots, that'll just make us even more mobile.
Yeah, very important. High jump boots are really fun.
We're heading into Ice Beam Tunnel here now. Remember the Mock Ball we talked about earlier? That's another chance to show off the power of Mock Ball here shortly.
Oh, I didn't get to see what that dropped. I think it was a missile. Our ammunition's actually good. Just missing a power bomb, but that's fine. We'll pick one up.
Here we pick up the ice. Here we pick up the Ice Beam. It's called that. I don't remember. I don't remember why it's called Ice Beam. I'm not sure. Oh, right. It turns things blue. Right. So the blue beam.
Blue beam.
Yep. Yeah. Most likely. Yes, it does more damage. Yes, but also it freezes things. The Mock Ball. Oh, okay. That was close. You had me there for a second.
Yeah, that's not easy.
Getting blocked by those shutters.
She'll randomly trip sometimes. Sometimes. She's a klutz. Oh. Oops.
That's one of our favorite running gags is that despite the fluid jumping, striding movements of Clipper here with Samus, Samus handles like a shopping cart. Let's be honest here.
She does. She's a tank going through some really tight spaces.
Here running through the Rising Tide room, of course, because we have the rising tide of the lava beneath us. Now, thankfully, because we have Gravity Suit, it is not affecting us. But again, because we've gotten the Gravity Suit way earlier than we should have, you normally wouldn't have that ability. We're talking about unique names. This room is called Bubble Mountain. Again, I completely forget why it's called Bubble Mountain. I have no idea. A little bit of farming here. There is an opportunity before we jump into our speed boosting room. And this is one of the most important upgrades in the game. Again, notice that arm pumping, that little 45 degree waggle to just push that sprite forward a couple of pixels. And here we get Speed Booster. Okay, now the Speed Booster, this is where the game really starts to shift. It starts to change. The gist of speed boosting is all you have to do is you have to move Samus forward. She'll turn blue, you know, like you do, and you'll just go super, super fast. But that energy in which you're gaining that speed boost, well, we can kind of mess with it in a couple different ways. When you pick up Speed Booster, if you know how to manipulate the mechanic, you can tap down when you're still mid-boost, and you can store that energy. You can then release that energy into something we call, typically it's called a Shine Spark. It's a big, flying shoulder tackle that does massive damage to an enemy if you slam into them, or you can just use it as a way to fly over a lot of room where you would normally take the long way. We're going to see a lot of other clever ways to bust out that energy uniquely, like what's called an X-Factor Strike. You'll spot those later. Another thing that Clipper will want to try and do is called short charging. Now, this is touching upon pretty advanced tech. Also, Wave Beam!
Wave Beam!
We're touching on advanced tech. This is short charging is not a beginner's trick. I'll describe it as easy as I can. The whole point is we want to get a speed boost as fast as possible, having the shortest runway before you take off, if you will. In some cases, you're going to see Clipper kind of stutter step or tapping to get certain run animation frames. Because the game, there's 4 run animations. One of them does not count as a run animation. I do not know why, but we want to manipulate these frames to get that speed boost as quickly as possible. Hence why you'll see her stopping in doorways just to get the right frame and then charging forwards. And I'll point these out as best as I can. But another trick we're coming to is the lava dive room, in which case we have another trick called the lava spark. And I'm going to hush myself because it's coming up here right away.
Oh! I just
so close.
barely got that pixel, I think, there. Oh, no.
Okay, we have a backup.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, nice execution for the backup.
Thank you, thank you.
So in the lava dive room, we store that shine spark. We store the shine spark in our chute. We take a damage boost. I'm now channeling my Sean Connery to allow the knockback to push us back into the right position, and then we release the shine spark upwards. Hence the lava spark trick. It looks cool. It saves frames. It's everything you want it to be. But if that fails, we have a gravity jump glitch that, for whatever reason, when we press start as Samus begins to go vertical with a jump, we can get to this jumping state that we're currently in underwater physics. Keep that in mind for the Dragon fight too. This is the Pillar Room. Unfortunately, we were not able to do a Shine Spark here, but again, the backup is just good old power bombs. We just blow up things to move forwards. And we're going to be okay. But there's another room I'm going to hush myself for. Oh, that was so clean.
Thank you.
Okay, that is literally, it is called, Red X Parasite pointed out here, that is literally called the worst room in the game. It is full of these kind of elite pirate fellas, and this is the curse of the PRKD. We are in Lower Norfair. It's not just because you have low health, it's not just because you have low ammunition capacity, it's Lower Norfair. Everything is out to murder you and take your lunch money. It's not your friend. Here's that Shine Spark we're keeping here. Oh no, did we lose it? Oh no! Oh, okay. That's alright, we have backups.
Shine Spark, I just, because we did our Shine Spark, which eats our health, I was a little careful not to do the next Shine Spark because we had to do both Shine Spark and the dive, so...
That is a good point. Actually, the demo screens point that out too. The longer you are in that big shoulder charge, you're actually draining health because it's like such a exertion to go through.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are almost there. We're almost at the end of Lower Norfair now. We're getting into what's called the Metal Pirate Room. These guys are jerks. They are metal-clad pirates that are basically indestructible, but that's where that Shine Sparking's going to come into play. Beautiful.
Thank you.
That's called an X-Factor strike. Again, where you're creating those kind of clones, that kind of mirror images of Samus that wow, split off in delicious, beautiful fashion.
We're gonna do a little bit of a farm here, just a smidge, because
I
want to finish the game for you guys, and our safety saves are nowhere near where we're at right now.
Missile count looks okay.
Oh no. It's okay. Jeez. It's okay. Okay, we have 1794. We have 2 missiles.
I will explain the math of Ridley later, but for now I'm going to let this fight play out.
Oh, that's a tricky little pattern there. Hope he's not diving. He's not. Aw, come on now. He's dead, by the way, but I'm gonna do one more shot just to make sure.
Oh, you got... Okay, alright, you got him.
That's a nerve-wracking part of the game, for sure.
That's Ridley. That is Ridley in a nutshell. Even after getting down the evasion patterns, Ridley has a lot of math to consider. When Ridley's sprite turns red, we know that the game is giving us a flag. It's telling us he has 9,000 health left. We also know that a fully charged beam shot, the Ice and Spacer, will deal 300 damage. A super missile will cause 600. So you can do the math here. Ideally, when you step into Ridley's room, you have 10 super missiles, which equates to 6,000 possible damage. Which means that you need to tag him with all 10 full charge shots for the leftover 3,000. So, in this case, we had 9 super missiles when we stepped in, so you have less than 10 supers, you gotta do the math, you need to do 2 more charge shots. So 9 missiles, 12 charge shots. The whole reason is that when Ridley hits 0, and you heard Clipper say he's dead, well, yeah, when he hits 0 health, you need to let him grab you. So if your count is accurate, you can let him grab you without consequence and knowing he's already done. So, math, that's what it is. It's Metroid math.
Metroid math. Indeed. I messed this room up, by the way. You're supposed to go through with a little bit more finesse. It's okay. Hopefully we get the rest of the room here.
I'll feel better when you get out of lower airfare safely.
Yeah, it's, your heart's beating pretty fast through this section. Because it's really dangerous. We picked up a safety E-tank, but anytime you see a key hunter, we are manipulating that room. Like that power bomb, or that bomb there is important. This right movement here is important. This stay is important. And how we go through here and do these ledge grabs, also very important. Because,
for those
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. No, say, for those not familiar, these fellas here, the kind of bug-looking, flying dudes, kind of hornet-looking fellas, these are key hunters.
Yeah, right, sorry, yeah. Oh no, this room is a tough room to do optimally.
So this is another tough part of the run here, is the lower north here, escape. We're trying to get out of here. We got to get back up to Brinstar, all the way back up to Brinstar, in fact.
There's a new strat here I like.
Ooh.
You just kind of run, make sure she spins, don't break the spin. Very important. Loose jump. And then a tight jump. Dodge him. Oh, that's why we got the safety E-tank. Just gonna dodge this guy and act like that never happened. Oh. Sorry. But yeah, typically you would go through there, you would jump, and then you would also break your spin. Pretty important stuff. And we're free.
I always feel better when you're out of this zone here. It's kind of the halfway point. It's if you've managed to get this far, you've bagged Ridley, you can get back, you're halfway there. It's actually a good time to check my donations here. 1 moment.
Sure, yeah, you got a few minutes.
Oh, wow, yeah, this is what happens when I'm focusing on commentary. I gotta go back to the host world here. I have 3 new donations here. I have $25 coming in from Anonymous that says, have to donate during the Super Metroid run. Good luck, Clipper. I'll drop an additional $25 for Baby Skip. I'm sure you'll get it.
Oh, no, you're gonna make me nervous. Okay, I'll do my best. I'll do my best. Who was that?
Anonymous from that one.
Anonymous, okay.
Yeah.
I'll do my best.
I have $50 from Red X Parasites. It says, another year, another Pixels for People. This one really snuck up on me. Happy to donate and participate as always. It may be a lost cause, but I have to put it towards killing the animals. That reminds me, yes, the bid war is active. It is on. I am consistently refreshing it to see who's winning, who's ahead. It will determine whether we are saving or killing the animals after the last boss. You'll know what we're talking about. If you have any bit of business with speedrunning in the Super Metroid community, you know what that's all about. This is the Kraid boss. Kraid's hallway here. Again, I'm going to hush myself to let this play out.
Thank you.
And that's Kraid. Hi, Kraid. Bye, Kraid.
Our ammunition is actually... That doesn't happen in runs. It's really, really good. We got 9 supers. I don't even know how to kill this mini Kraid leaving here. We have Varia now, but you just can't see it. But it's really important we have it because of Rainbow Beam. I'm sure, Jamoose, you have that in your notes, right? I cannot remember. Varia.
I believe I do.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I'm actually going to jump over to donations here real fast. I got a good one
here.
Yeah,
take your time. We got a few minutes.
$200 from Gravy.
Wow.
That says, woo, P4P is the best. Thank you, Gravy.
Thank you.
Coming back to where are we here? Okay, just be Kraid. Kraid is never our friend. Forget that guy. What happened there? I'd fully explain. There's a second phase of him where all the brambles kind of disappear from him, and he stands up, and then you have to deal with him there. In the beginning, you can effectively stun him in place and make him sit down. The bigger challenge, of course, is shooting the off-screen projectiles using the morph ball to reduce the sheer amount of lag as he emerges. Less lag equals better speed. And now we're moving into Meridia. Meridia is kind of the hidden zone between Wrecked Ship and Eastern Brinstar. The wall jumps, the wall jumps and the shine spark are on full display in this zone. The lower gravity, check this one out. Oh, I love that. It looks so good. That diagonal shine spark upwards to the higher platform. Yeah, if you play this game casual, again, like me, it took us forever to find this area because this is where Dragon lives. Dragon being technically the third of the bosses. Ridley's supposed to be the last one, but in this case, it's going to be our last of the PRKD run. This is Botwoon. He's only the second mini-boss we actually stopped to fight.
Uh-oh. Oh my gosh, this is not good. I'm not sure what happened to my X Factor there. I've never seen like just one miss
just kind of ate it. That was weird.
He is he's tricky. It's okay though. We'll fight him like we did in the 90s. We're bringing it back. There we go. We need a lot of supers now. Our ammunition was really good. Dude, he
wow, he just so very generous with that.
No, wow. Thank you for not punishing me. My goodness. Because we'd have to farm otherwise. Oh. There we go.
Yeah, Botwoon, being the second mini-boss we actually only stopped to fight. Don't at me for other non-existent mini-bosses like, say, Golden Torzo or Crocomire or whoever the heck Spore Spawn is. I don't know who they are. I've never heard of them. We don't see them as run at all.
You have got to be kidding. Unfortunate. It's okay. It's not such a terrible thing. I would have liked to get it. I haven't missed that today, but it's okay. You guys get to see some different types of deboost, and the good news is even we didn't get the something called full heavy. We have a lot of health now because we didn't eat our health during the shine spark, so we can be a little bit more aggressive potentially with Dragon. So that's good if we need to be.
Folks who have played this game casually may remember the electrical panels in Dragon's room, which Clipper's breaking open here. You could let the bomb of shrimp grab you, and then use the grapple beam to electrocute the boss, which is pretty clever, but in this case, we can beat her a lot faster with some careful shine sparking. Check this out.
Oh, you've got to be kidding. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. It's okay. We have to be patient now. This is this is a good thing that we didn't get that full halfie, because now we can be a little bit more aggressive. It's unfortunate though. He is throwing me for a loop a little bit. I appreciate it a little bit. Okay, her belly's red. Okay, it's okay. So without the grapple beam and without the shine spark, we're gonna have to do some other stuff here. She probably has around 2,000 more health. That's 20 missiles. And some charged shots. We're hoping for some health. That way we can shine spark her again. She is not giving me any drops either. Okay. Okay. Let's see if we can get a spike suit here. Okay. So So I think I was a little bit early on that first Shine Spark. So when you have those X factors going on, it causes a little bit of lag, and I was a little bit early on that. But it's okay. She's a hard boss, man. She's one of the harder ones because mostly if you mess her up, you know, you have to fight her in a way that is so much slower than just Shine Sparking her. But it's okay. So our ammunition is 842. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you're okay. You're getting a lot of love in the chat. Everyone is holding their breath saying,
Nah,
okay,
dude,
she's got this.
Sorry, I wanted to show that fight off. That's the one I probably spent the most time on this morning, too. It's just a hard fight, man.
You were talking about your ammo count.
Yes, okay, so really, really important, because this is any percent. We have to go kill Metroids and, break Mother Brain's glass, and we do this at any percent while saving as much time as we can. We grab as little resources as we can. So we would like to go down with, I mean, this is ideal, honestly. Despite everything that's going on this run, the resources have been very kind. I'm very thankful for that. We'll do a little bit of a mini farm in this next room here, just to bump ourselves up even a little bit more, and it doesn't take much time, so. It's probably my favorite soundtrack on the Super Nintendo. One of them, at least. Okay.
So we're into the home stretch now. Now the Dragon's history, we need to backtrack all the way back to a very early part of the game, all the way up to Criteria, in fact. So this is Red Tower once again. This is a nod to the mechanics in the first Metroid, where there were 2 gates in the very first Metroid for the NES that can be opened by downing 2 bosses, that being Kraid and Ridley in the first game. This time around we have what's called the Golden Four: Phantoon, Kraid, Dragon, and Ridley. If we down all 4, the statue will take its sweet time to crumble and move out of the way, revealing our way into the game's final area. Heading back to the landing area here, we're now heading back into... it's called the Parlor. Or sometimes, actually, it's got 2 names, pardon me. It has Parlor and then also Alcatraz as you're trying to leave. This is my favorite room in the game, which is called the Terminator Room, because you'll be back.
Yeah, these resources are very, very good. I don't know what my pace is, but that Dragon fight, hope I'm not overestimating, because I feel like it was an okay run. A little bit before Gravity we had that issue with Moat, but other than that I feel like some things went really well. That Dragon probably cost us around 3 minutes though, maybe 2.
Here's our Golden Four room here. These gemstones that are socketed into the eyes of these bosses. These horrifying biological things that we've had to slay all the way through. Again, horror, atmosphere. And now everything slows down. Where now it is a race to get back here. If you're like me casually, you're like, where the heck are we supposed to go after we've beaten all these bosses? You gotta come here. And it is deliberately so slow to sort of reward you to say, your job is not done. There's more to it. So, of course, it's, the statue crumbles, moves out of the way to reveal, of course, a secret lab elevator into Torian, which is the game's true final area. I'm going to take this time, actually, it's a really good time to check my save and kill tracker.
Yeah.
Folks, this is our last chance. If you're going to donate towards save versus kill, last chance to do her, because I'm going to do the cutoff as soon as Mother Brain crumbles into dust. When she hits the ground and crumbles into dust, that's it. Oh, actually, another good thing, too. Mother Brain, the boss, again, we've been calling out as often as we can. A photosensitivity warning, please. There's a lot of flashing lights. Be kind to your eyes, and please look away. I always love the clustering here, the clustering tech, because we have real Metroids, TM. These are real Metroids. Cluster them into the group, and pump it full of missiles. Bam, done. Your ammo count is amazing, by the way. This is the best I've seen. Not in a long time, at least.
This run will never happen on pace. There's no way. Oh, what's he doing?
Oh, boy. Yeah. Oh boy. Okay. This is the baby skip.
Oh yeah.
In the chat, are we going to see baby skip right here? This trick always makes me nervous every time. I am going to hush myself.
This is going to be the older and what the runners say much harder version of it. I haven't learned the new one. I de-rusted this game for this event, but I haven't really PB'd in like a couple years, so we'll see what happens.
Oh, okay, I can exhale now. We need to be very careful to evade that rotating giant Metroid here. The idea being that if you're able to get through without being snagged, you skip a cutscene. The cutscene, you're supposed to get drained down to 1 health and then you're forced to recharge. That's about 60 seconds of time saved and we can pull it off, which we did. Last bit of tech here. This is called the Zebetite skip. These these big barriers we can kind of sneak our way through. We meet the true final boss, which is big old brain in a jar. This is Mother Brain. This is where the ammo count comes into mind. We have to shatter the glass and then pump the cranium full of missiles. Photosensitivity warning. Please be careful. And of course, then we're all done. That's the final boss. It's all done and dusted, except for the fact when she just decides to stand up.
Such a terrifying game, dude.
This boss is horrifying.
What's her pupil? She's aggressive. Oh my gosh. She is aggressive. You got it. That is the most aggressive. Okay, so it's okay. We have some safety saves. Wow, I can't believe she was so aggressive and insane. That's okay though.
Wow, that's a very aggressive Mother Brain for sure.
Yeah.
Don't worry, folks. We do have a backup that's going to take us right back into the action here. We will get this.
Hopefully, Lord willing.
Talking about horror and atmosphere earlier, well, there it is in full form. It's a nod to the original Metroid, which was the brain in a jar final boss. Surprise, she's absolutely terrifying now. Until, of course, you remember that all of the speedrunning community named all of these abilities after things you get in the cafeteria, like the onion rings, or ketchup, or fries, or chicken nuggets, which is just adorable.
Adorable. Yeah. That's one way I would describe Mother Brain for sure.
Because the game has a limiter here. You need to be between 300 and 399 health by the time Mother Brain ends the first phase. Otherwise, the AI adjusts and you're just toast. So again, I will hush myself and let Clipper focus.
Unlucky. So yeah, that pattern, I don't know. Well, first off, I've never seen it, but I don't know how I would have dodged that. She kind of weaved some onion rings and ketchup on me with a bomb on the ground. I don't know. That's
I thought she was going to tag you with that ketchup there as well. Nails you on the ground. You had to jump up to avoid it, and then she like laterally shot another one at you. So dang, she is not our friend today. She's being aggressive. Get her, baby. Get her,
baby.
Get her. Go on, get her.
Enough. Get her. Yeah, that was a hard pattern. I'm gonna have to watch the VOD on that one. I should.
Couple of donations while we're working on this here. So under the wire, a couple of things here. $25 from. Yep, it says from Anonymous. I'm a person of my word. Here's $25 for the baby skip. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Mittens with $25 saying I'm matching $25, matching Anonymous for that baby skip. Thank you, Mittens.
Thank you.
And I have $100 from Sammy J058. Glad to help our amazing kid achieve his goal for this year's fundraiser to help children in hospitals. We are very proud of you, with love from Mom and Dad. Oh, I think I know who that one's going to. And with that, we hit it. We are at $2,035.
Let's go.
Not even at the end of day 2. Let's go.
Oh my goodness. Thank you guys so much. Thank you.
We're now going to celebrate. It's a very good time. We're going to celebrate with rainbow lasers. Check it out.
Yep.
I have a sweet rave party right here.
Party time. This is pretty satisfying, considering she killed me about 3 minutes ago. You can tell, like, where I'm at right now. Rainbow Beam's really laggy. Where I'm lined up on the back wall is really specific, because I don't want to cause any lag during this fight. But I also want to maximize my DPS on her. But Rainbow Beam, Hyper Beam is really laggy, so you don't want to use it if you can avoid it.
I'm cutting off the bid war right now. Refreshing. Okay. In the grand, amazing decision between save or kill the animals, I'm sorry to say you have to save the animals today.
Oh, I know. Where's the frames, guys?
Think of the frames. Come on.
Think of the death. Chat. Be careful with that jump there.
Yeah. I will give you the totals later. I'm just going to get you out of here first.
Sure.
Because as we mentioned, self-destruct mechanisms always blow up prematurely. That's what happens. All that shine sparking and the wall jump teching on full display here. You've mastered it by now. And we charge into this next room and slam all the way to the top right. That is the Behemoth Spark.
Oh yeah, that's right. It is called that, isn't it?
Back into the parlor, or Alcatraz, as the case may be. And to save the animals, we need to go down back to where Bomb Torso was, right down here. There's a couple of fuzzy friends here that we can help out at the last minute, the Eticoons and the Decoras. Because Metroid Fusion is canon, so yeah, this is the canon ending. There you go. I love the fly through here. And time.
Uh-oh. The timer is not working.
Get your GGs in the chat.
Thank you so much, everybody. Apparently my pedal has stopped working on the splits. Well, it's a 52 something. I'm sorry about the estimate. I've never seen that pattern before. Pretty crazy.
I'm sure Tempest Steve would appreciate that's never happened before, because indeed, that's the vibe.
I'm so
completely
thankful,
understandable. Man. Oh boy. All right. Well, Clipper, you did it. You blew up the planet. There it is, that little dot, just to the right. Yay! See, we did save the animals.
We did. We totally did.
So, Clipper, did you have any shout outs, any community members you want to mention, anything at all. Go for it.
Community members. What's a community? I'm just kidding. No, I am so thankful for my community. You have no idea. Jamoose, I am also so thankful that you did this with me. This is not one of my strongest speed games, and you made it to where I was even able to finish, so thank you so much. I am so thankful. I am so thankful to my community. The fact that we hit that goal, I am so thankful. Thank you guys so much. I hope to be back next year. God bless you guys. Thank you so much.
That is my pleasure, absolutely. Well, folks, perhaps now we can say the galaxy is at peace for now, until they find more Metroids, maybe. I don't know. Until such time, you are watching and listening to Pixels for People 2024. We are raising money for Child's Play. We have raised over $2,000 in under 2 days' time, and we still have a lot more to go. We still have this evening. We still have tomorrow, all day Sunday. There's still a lot of time to get your donations in, get yourself in for the prize raffles, and support kids in hospitals. Thank you all so very, very much. I definitely need a break, and I need a little bit of rehydration after that one. But after that, we've got my favorite block of the marathon coming up. You don't want to miss this. We'll be back real, real soon.